Konnichiwa, Paul des. In this video, we're going to look at the English idiom barking up the wrong tree. First of all, some examples.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Barking up the wrong tree, Philo.
She's barking up the wrong tree.
Barking up the wrong tree, McGruff.
Could you guess the meaning? It's a strange one, but it means to make a mistake because you have the wrong idea about something you are trying to do. So again, to make a mistake because you've got the wrong idea about something you are trying to do. Maybe you'll understand more easily if you know where the phrase comes from. So imagine in the 1800s in the USA, when hunting wild animals with dogs was very common. This is where the phrase comes from. Okay, let me draw a picture. As you can see, I'm not very good at art, but you get the idea, okay? So people used to chase or hunt wild animals, especially raccoons, apparently, that time. A raccoon's a bit like a tanuki. So they used to use the dogs to go into the woods and chase the raccoons. Now the raccoons would escape or try to go to a safe place by running up a tree and hiding in a tree. Then the dogs would sit or go near the bottom of a tree and bark at the bottom of the tree to let the owners know there's an animal in this tree. So barking is the noise that a dog makes. So in Japanese it's wan wan, right? Maybe. So woof woof, the bottom of the tree, barking, because the dog thinks there is an animal in this tree. But often the dogs would make a mistake and they'd be at the wrong tree because the raccoon would be in a different tree. The dog doesn't know, so it stays at the bottom just barking and barking as loud as it can, trying to warn everybody, tell everybody there's an animal in this tree. He doesn't know he's in the wrong place, so he's barking up the wrong tree. He's made a mistake because he's got the wrong idea about something he's trying to do. So let's think about another example, maybe a strange example, but imagine you're trying to make toast. You don't know how to do it. Okay? You don't use a toaster, but you think, the bread needs to be hot. So you get out a pan and you put boiling water into the pan. You put the bread into the water and you're waiting for this bread to become toast. You're barking up the wrong tree. You've got the wrong idea. It doesn't matter how long you wait for the bread to get hot. It will never be toast. You've got the wrong technique, the wrong method, the wrong path. So that's the basic meaning. Okay, next we're going to look at the sounds. So how do you pronounce this correctly? What are the individual sounds and what are the rhythm patterns? So listen again, but this time I want you to listen for sounds. Can you hear the individual sounds?
You're barking up the wrong tree. You're barking up the wrong tree. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree.
Could you hear the individual sounds? If not, let's look at each one now. So we'll start at this end, the last sound, and we'll move back to the first sound. So E is the first one, very similar to the Japanese E. Maybe it's a little bit longer, E, but your tongue needs to be forward and close to the top of your mouth. E, lips spread. E. Next, R, R, R. Difficult for Japanese speakers, I know. The key thing to remember is do not touch the top of your mouth with your tongue. Okay, it's not the. Don't touch the top of your mouth. You need to move the back of your tongue up and curl the front of your tongue, the tip of your tongue, curl it up. Okay, so back and curled. And move your whole tongue further back in your mouth than you think you should. Next. Voiceless, which means it's kind of whispered. You do not engage your vocal folds. You block the air just behind your front teeth in a place called the alveolar ridge. And then, because there's no vowel in between, you need to blend these two sounds together. So you start with the T position, and then slide your tongue back. And at the same time, while you're sliding it back, curl the tip up into the R position. Tree, tree, tree. And about halfway through the R sound, you'll turn your voice on. Beginning, no voice. Tree, tree. Okay? And make sure there's no sound or stop between the T and the R. Blend them together. Tree. Next. In Japanese, it's a nasal sound, so the sound comes out of your nose, and you need to block the air at the back of your mouth in the same position as when you make a k, k or g, k, g. Air out your nose. Next. O. This is a very British sound. O, because this vowel is not used by Americans. O. To make it, you need to move your tongue very far back in your mouth, as far back as you can go, and open your mouth wide. O. So there should be a lot of space in your mouth. O. Like, imagine you've got a golf ball in your mouth or a tennis ball or something. O. And it's very short. Americans are more likely to say ah. British, O. American, ah. Wrong. Kind of, for American. But British, O. Wrong. O. Another R. So remember, tongue back. Curl up the tip. Do not touch the top of your mouth. Wrong tree. Next, the most important sound in all of English, the most common sound, the sound that creates rhythm, and the shortest, most relaxed, weakest sound. Sometimes you can't hear it because it's so short. Okay, but very, very important. You need to get your tongue to relax. Let it just float in the middle of your mouth. Okay, it's not too far forward, it's not too far back. Your mouth's not open, it's not closed, it's just neutral. And it's difficult for you because this is not in Japanese. It's not even close to any Japanese vowels. But it's important to practice. So just try and make the weakest, most relaxed sound you can. Relax all your face. Okay? Next. Also not in Japanese. You need to put your tongue between your teeth, top teeth and bottom teeth, and blow the air out. You should be able to hold the sound for as long as you have breath. So you could go for a long time. It's a good way to practice. Obviously not when you're speaking, you wouldn't do that, but to practice the sound. The. Next. Voiceless, so no vocal folds, like whispered sound. Block the air with your teeth, your lips, both lips. Easy, same as Japanese. Next, tricky vowel. This is, again, it's a relaxed sound like the schwa. It's very, very similar. A little bit more open than the schwa. But more closed than the Japanese ah. Up. This symbol means that the P, the P, is not released. You make the position for the P by closing your lips, but because the next sound is th, you don't release your lips as you would do normally with the P. It's just up the, up the. So you close, and then down, straight away you make it th, up the, up the, up the. So there should be no extra space or pause between the P and the th. So it's not up the, no, up the, up the, up the, up the. Next. Oh, sorry. Up the wrong tree, up the wrong tree, up the wrong tree. Can you hear how all this is kind of squashed together and linked into almost one sound? Next. We have two ways to say this. Because it's linked, you would say which is made with the tongue in the same position as the T, 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 or d, 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 just behind your teeth. Except the sound comes out your nose. And then it's easy to link to the n, nup, 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 nup. If this didn't exist, if you were only saying barking, then you'd use this Again, a nasal sound, but you're blocking the back of your mouth, same as wrong. But because this is a vowel here, it's easy to link using it nup. So I want you to kind of imagine that the N sound is linked to the U sound. Nup, nup, nup. Like one word, nup, nup, nup. Next, I. Another very relaxed vowel. Another one that many Japanese speakers have a lot of trouble with because your habit and your natural way of speaking is to use the E. The E. You use a lot of muscle and tension. E. But this I has a different quality. You need to relax your tongue and your lips. I. Very short, but it is not a short E. Many Japanese speakers make this I by just saying a short E, and that's not right. It's a different quality. It's a relaxed sound. I. Not E. I. Okay, next. K. Easy, same as Japanese. Block the air, the back of your mouth. No voice. K. Next. Ah. Probably the easiest one. Easiest sound in any language. Just open your mouth wide. Ah. If you're speaking with an American accent, it would have a after it. Bar, R. But I'm British, and British people don't, or most British people don't pronounce this R. It's barking. Next, B. Easy, same as in Japanese. Block the air with your lips. Release. B. Voice on. barking. Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. Okay, so that's each sound. How about the rhythm? Listen again to the examples, but this time forget the sounds, forget the meaning. Listen to rhythm.
Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree.
Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree.
Could you hear which words were strong, which were reduced and weak? You should have noticed that tree, strong, tree, and the bar in barking. Barking. So this is important here. We've got 2 syllables in the word. One is always much stronger than the others if you have 2 syllables in a word. Here it's barking. With a Japanese accent, you would probably say, well, you'd say both the same amount of stress. So a Japanese accent would be barking, 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 which is not right. You need to be barking, barking, strong, weak, barking, weak, weak, barking up there, barking up there, barking up there, da 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 da, da 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 da, barking up there, barking up there. Quite strong, wrong, and then very strong, tree, wrong tree, wrong tree, barking up the wrong tree, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, barking up the wrong tree. Okay, so the contrast, strong and weak, is very important. Okay, hope that was useful. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.